Hey guys, it's RodimusPrimal, and I am back with another video, and today I am joined by Mariano. Go ahead and say it.
Yes, sir.
Nicieza, there we go. And he is in charge of the project with Dynamite Comics, it is?
Dynamite Entertainment, but yes, we definitely do comics, among other things.
So you are responsible for...
The lofty title is Director of New Project Development something or other, but I do all sorts of collectible goodies for the company. In this case, we're focusing on trading cards.
Yeah, and this is the Transformers 40th Anniversary Limited Edition trading card set. So you guys launched this not too long ago, and you blew past all your initial, set. You're now at the point of reaching stretch goals, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
let's talk about this set. So how did you guys get involved with making this set? How did you guys get, and what does this offer for people, for who are those interested in the 40th anniversary trading card set?
So all of this began with the company's owner, Nick Barucci, who negotiated with Hasbro to bring Transformers to Dynamite. Now, the big push is the Transformers 40th anniversary, and
Mm-hmm.
Hasbro wanted to do something special. And Dynamite has done some very innovative things in the trading card space. So Hasbro saw all of this, saw some potential, and we got the license. As soon as I learned that this was a green light, that this was a go, uh, first thing we focused on was what Hasbro's goals were. And what they really wanted to do was harken back to the origins of the Transformers. They wanted to focus on 1984, the 1980s in general,
Yep.
and the genesis, the creation of Transformers.
Yep.
So to that end, Dynamite Entertainment being also a big comic book company, we focused on the comic book content for Transformers back in the day. And there were some key figures that shaped Transformers. Bob Budiansky is one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and Simon Furman is another one.
Yep.
Two great writers. Bob is also an artist. And between the two of them, they really crafted the Transformers that we know today. The movies and everyone has sort of pulled material from this,
Yes.
from the original comic book material.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely got Bob and Simon involved, writing some cards, generating artwork, in Bob's case, with some new original Transformers artwork, and just having a blast, having a great time doing it.
Yeah, what's cool is like it's all the original box art. This is the stuff that when you bought the toys back in the day, it all had this wonderful art involved, and I see all the box art is available like through these trading cards. And on top of that, it's like a lot of the comic book art as well, like some of the stuff like some famous panels from the old Marvel Comics issues too. And I could see some of the art from the era of when Bob Adiansky was writing the comic, and Simon Furman was writing the UK stories, and all of that wonderful art there is just all on display, and it's really cool to see it put together in a set. Now, the collector set itself, is it do you basically just kind of get like like a starter pack? Does it like start with a like just this the trading cards with an uncut sheet kind of thing, or like how does it all work for everybody who wants to get involved and actually get a lot of this artwork together?
So no pun intended, but literally we went big with this.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of directions to go, and we decided to take two major directions.
Okay.
When you talk about trading cards, the typical sets that most companies put out have regular packs with cards in a pack, 10 cards in a pack, or 7 cards in a pack, whatever. And then they put 24 of these packs into a box, and that is the configuration that they sell in the marketplace. So that's, for lack of a better term, it's like a standard trading card box.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have called that our collector set. We've created a run of 110 cards. Card 109 and 110 is a connecting art card that has the checklist for all of this.
Oh yeah,
But we
cool.
started with a base of 110 cards. We then mirrored those 110 cards with special parallel foil cards. And then on top of that, we created a series of chase sets, some of them signed by Bob and by Simon. Uh, some of them we kind of took off on a trading card collectible niche item, which is a one of one card, where you pick a character, you pick a piece of art, and you literally create one card of that.
Yeah,
And
there's the
inserted
cards
into
that
a
come
pack.
together.
So, because it's the Transformers, we decided to do 40 one of one cards and randomly insert them into the collector set.
Okay.
But we didn't stop there. We did not stop there. For the last 8 years or so, and again, I have to give credit to Nick Barucci, because he's really innovative and he's always open to new ideas. So when new ideas come along, they're truly considered, and in some cases turned into reality. So in this scenario, we experimented and we pioneered. I don't think any other company is doing what we're doing. We've pioneered what we call deluxe ultra premium trading cards. Now, what that means is, and I just spelled it out for the collector set, where I'm telling you that there's sketch cards, there's random one of one cards, there's metal cards, there's random cards that are slipped into the packs randomly and will appear again randomly in boxes. When it comes to the deluxe ultra premium sets, there isn't anything random about it. You are guaranteed to get this material in every pack you get, which we call mini boxes, because we've created a special packaging design that has a sliding tray. So the deluxe ultra premium packs, if you will, are mini boxes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're guaranteed 2 sketch cards in every box, one signed card in every box, a rare line art card, a connecting puzzle art card, uh, just and of course a couple base cards to round it
Mm-hmm.
out. But by the time you get 12 of these mini boxes in a what we call a display case, you are guaranteed the complete set. So, plus extra box stoppers that aren't found anywhere else either.
Cool.
So we have something, in essence, we have the collector set, which is for the casual buyer or the collector.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have something for folks that consider themselves uber collectors and want something extremely unique, extremely rare, and that's where the deluxe ultra premium set comes in. And then the Kickstarter that you're scrolling through
Mm-hmm.
allows you options to purchase these things, but also offers material that is not available anywhere, in any store, anywhere in the world, only here in the Kickstarter. So, for example, the binder.
Yep.
Hasbro has asked us to make it exclusive to the Kickstarter.
Wow.
So the only place you're going to get that binder is with this campaign. There are other subsets throughout the material as you scroll through. The uncut card sheet, which, by the way, is already off press and in my hands in real life right here, for real. Only available on the Kickstarter.
Cool. So like, yeah, the uncut thing looks really cool, because it's like all of the art like that because people used to cut the boxes of the old toys, and they would take the box art and put it all together. And here with these trading cards, it's pretty much having that available to you in a way that isn't how else you would expect it to be. And I love the binder. The whole idea behind the binder, like when, back in the day when you had the old trading cards, like, baseball cards were one thing, But then they started doing like the trading cards for different comic book characters, like Spider-Man or X-Men or what have you. You would get a binder and you put all your cards in it so you can scroll, sift through it.
Right.
And a binder like this with the Transformers stuff is just like having it all together. And then this is one of my favorite covers that actually is an original art piece by Bob Budiansky, but it's just one of my favorite art pieces.
I could talk to you all day on this. Like what you're focused on right now.
Yeah.
There's actually a couple of things going on. Number one, we'll go back to Bob Budiansky. We'll go back to Hasbro. We'll start with Hasbro.
Yep.
They gave us like an unprecedented amount. I don't know how many gigabytes this folder was, just loaded with original file art that they had in their archives.
Wow.
So that was our starting point. But then when we reached out to folks like Bob Budiansky, Simon Furman, they had folders of material that they wanted to contribute. So Bob, especially when he worked on the comic book, and editors at Marvel back in the day were quasi art directors.
Yep.
And then, of course, Bob was also a writer and an artist. So Bob had layouts, hand-drawn layouts that he had created back in the day to guide various artists in the creation of the covers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have trading cards mixed into all this and parts of the Chase subsets that are that original material printed for the first time.
Oh, wow.
With descriptions from Bob and from Simon about the creation, what they were mentally going through, what the ideas and how they were kicking around thoughts of what to do with these characters back in the day. So we tried to really personalize what's included in the set. The trading cards have like a very personal feel to them when it comes to describing what's going on. So that piece of art, yes, caught our eye.
Yeah.
What you're looking at there is going to be a Gordon Purcell, who's also another industry comic book veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Purcell is actually going to recreate those 9 different sketch cards that he's going to do by hand to recreate that cover. So that's original art that folks are going to be getting when they get that piece, that 9-card set.
Wow. So now to get the whole kit and caboodle, like in other words, like there's different starter kits. I see that, like, as I'm scrolling through, like $84, $100 to get the full kit. Like if I wanted to literally get everything together, I'm guessing that's this set right here.
That's one for the collector set and another one for the deluxe set. They each have categories where you can get the binder and the complete box.
Okay.
So in the complete collector set box, you are guaranteed the 110 base card set in every box.
Okay.
In the display case, you're guaranteed the complete set, everything, base cards, chase cards, all of it. Get that. So at every turn, we're collectors too.
Yeah.
Everyone that's working. I mean, you're talking to me one-on-one, but there are literally 30 people standing to the side of me, helping me create all this, craft all of it. No idea was tossed aside. All the ideas were considered. Everything was incorporated wherever possible.
And you got to say, like, it probably opened your eyes to, like, because to some people, like, when they see all this stuff with Transformers, how involved Transformers really is, you can really see how much effort, energy, and work and care was crafted into what created the original series of Transformers and why it's so beloved even today. And this is just really like a special thing for everybody. And like you get like these unique original art sketch cards, which remind me back of the day from the, some of the box art and some of it from the panels of the comics too. So
they're real. They're real, and they're here, and it's all being pulled together as we speak.
Looks very cool. Gotta say.
This is actually special for me in a different way. Because for decades, my dad worked for Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
So he he was an industrial engineer. He wasn't a toy designer, but he worked with all this stuff. He worked with the assembly lines and pulling these pieces together and creating the toys. So for me, it feels like I've come full circle. He's passed; he's no longer with us, but I feel that he's smiling down because I'm getting to work with Hasbro too. And it's, for me, it's like coming home, because it feels like, like dad and working with dad.
Yeah. And for me, as like a lifelong fan too, like it's how much you can really tell how much care and energy was put into this, and it's awesome. Now, what are like your initial goal was $19,000. Obviously, you blew past that clearly just looking at this from here, and you have the stretch goals down at the bottom. I just wanted to point out the stretch goals, where you're trying to reach, and what kind of stuff you're adding on to this. So that folks can really get excited about it, and hoping to get the stretch goals passed.
So you mentioned something interesting before with the binder, that
Mm-hmm.
you were happy to see a binder. As collectors, we thought exactly the same way. As one of the chief architects of this set,
Mm-hmm.
and a designer, we literally designed the set so that subsets, whenever possible, subsets would fit into 9-card sleeves. So as you're scrolling through the set, everything fits neatly and nicely into a binder. Now, it's not possible to do 100%, but I'm going to comfortably say 95%, 96% of this set will work in 9-card slots. So we're trying to do the same thing with the stretch goals.
Mm-hmm.
The stretch goals are unique. So some of it is industry term. I don't know if everyone understands the term clay stock paper, but that's a modern term that's been given to old-fashioned cardstock. So when you look at trading cards from the 1960s and the 70s and the 80s, they had sort of like a shiny front and a bit of cardboard back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I am familiar with that. Yeah.
Okay. So that is a special card paper that isn't available in all the sets. It's very limited. So for these chase cards, we specifically are using that clay stock paper so that there would be a vintage subset that isn't available anywhere else with clay stock paper.
Okay.
So we want to keep this going because we could have, a large amount of these clay stock subsets. So that's one reason we want to keep this going as much as we can, and keep revealing stretch goals.
Yeah, and getting like more of the box art in that type of card is certainly special for this type of artwork too, because again, as I had said, like people used to cut these things out off of the toys,
Yeah.
off the boxes, and now you're getting it in a nice clean card that you can have on, just show everybody, like, this is what the old box art looked like for the old Transformers. This is what some of the comic book, and then even putting it together in that nice material for the cards is very cool. $250,000. I think you guys are going to definitely reach that goal, all things considered. Because I mean, like I said, you've already reached 202. It's going to keep going up because, for a lot of fans, like Transformers is very near and dear to so many of us. And,
To all of us.
40 years of history, and just to see where it all began. And I think it's really cool, and I noticed that, you have some countries, I guess, that it's not available to, some of it I understand. But, much of Europe, United States, Canada, Mexico, Australia, so a lot more people, have available to be able to get their hands on this. And, this is something definitely special for a lot of collectors. And I think that it's going to be well worth it. So, Mariano, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And we can literally go on and on all day about Transformers.
All afternoon doing this. It's true.
But, this is definitely something special. I think that, anybody who is looking to get a really special collector's item should definitely get their hands on it. So, I want to know what you guys think about this, set. So leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe, and check out my other videos. And until next time, guys, till all are one.